What's up, y'all? It's your boy Devin, and I'm here with I Stop Drinking Live. Just waiting for our guest right now. But in the meantime, um, go over to Spotify, go over to Buzzsprout, check me out, and I stopped drinking, so I started a podcast. I release videos twice a week, so every Tuesday, Friday, this week Thursday because got some things going on. So I recorded this morning, but next week I'll be back to my regular schedule, Tuesdays and Fridays. So if you get the chance, go to Spotify. I stopped drinking, so I started a podcast, and check me out. And if you don't have Spotify, you can go to buzzsprout.com and download it. It's totally free, no BS, no nonsense. But yeah, for everybody who has been listening to me over the past year and a half now, I really appreciate your support. And I hope to keep you guys around for the duration of this journey. I'm not looking to stop anytime soon. So for those of you who have been here since the beginning, I look forward to you seeing my growth. I look forward to you seeing my progression because it is a progression. The people who are out there in the podcast space and they're doing it big, man, hats off to them. But it takes a lot of practice to get used to talking on the mic and flow and be fluid and not and like and your way through it. And I'm even working on that as we speak. I still catch myself um falling into those bad habits, and it just is going to take work and it's going to take time, and I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. So for some of you who don't know what my content is, um I kind of want to get away from the manosphere. I think that it's a good thing to have, but I think at this point it's way too toxic. It's way too mudslingy. He said, she said, and it doesn't really focus on the real internal issues. So with my podcast, I want to touch on that: men's mental health, men's health issues. I haven't really gone into any relationship stuff, but I like to talk about a lot of current events, and I want to mix it in with some pep talky, motivational type stuff. So, for instance, today, half of my episode was about the new bill that is on the docket in Texas, which uh, installs bleeding stations in schools for children to use who are grade 3 to 7, which I believe is a mistake because then you kind of normalize the school shooting aspect. The second half, I was a little more personal. I didn't go into specifics, but I did touch on some things that happened in my family recently. And excuse me, with regards to my cousin passing. And I touched on how his upbringing kind of um, impacted how he interacted with his own children and how hurt people continue to hurt people. So, um, the main aspect of that second part is that you have to work on your issues. We have to. We can't just allow our issues to flounder and grow and get to a point where we can't get them back. We can't we can't get things back in a healthy space because they've just spiraled out of control. So if you are someone who needs help, if you are someone who is dealing with childhood trauma, please go seek help because you don't want to bleed on other people and you don't want that cycle to continue because, as you know, we are not that much different than our parents. And the things that our parents do to us, sooner or later, either one or two things is going to happen. Either one, you're going to get tired of it. You're going to say, enough is enough. I know what it feels like. I know what it's like to be treated like shit. I know what it's like to not really feel loved, feel wanted, feel appreciated, and um you start to change. You say, I don't want other people to feel like this. So you take the conscious effort to make sure that you don't bleed on other people and you are the exact opposite of what you experienced before. On the other hand, you have people who never really deal with that, and they just compartmentalize, and it just grows and it festers and it becomes more and more toxic. And as they grow, they bleed on everybody. And when they leave this earth, they leave behind a trail of confusion and destruction. So for us men, we talk about people don't care about our emotions. We talk about they don't care about us. They don't really see us as people. But I think we need spaces. We need safe spaces. And I know people hate that word, but we do. Men need safe spaces, places that we can express ourselves and talk about what we're feeling. And I know, and I know historically that's been seen as a weak point of view, but it's not, because men who don't speak about their issues, they end up deep throating the shotgun, or they end up hanging themselves, or they end up hurting other people. So that's something that we need to get under control. And it ain't all about, fuck bitches, get money and all that shit. It has to be bigger than that. It has to be deeper than that. So the human experience is a complex thing. And fellas, we need we need some space. We need some time. So if you guys got some shit that's on your mind, like I said in my podcast earlier, you don't have to go to a brick and mortar. They have so many online options for you to choose from. And so take advantage of them. Really take advantage of them. So I hope that for those who are watching this live, it is the first of many. And trust me, I need to excuse me, I don't even know what happened, bro. Like, I was so cool, and maybe it's something going on in this room. Maybe it's some dust or some dander or whatever in this room. But as soon as I came in here, I just kind of clogged right up. But to go back to what I was saying, I should do this more. I have, today was my 69th episode of my podcast, but I do need to get in here more. I do need to get on live more. I do need to show my face more and provide more of an interaction with my audience, just aside from just hearing my voice, but just having a face to connect with, having a face that maybe some of you can identify with. So, and I don't have a podcast like that. I'm not, the world is too complicated of a thing for me to start to separate and segregate by ethnicity, by religion, by race. That's just stupid. We're at the place right now where we all in this shit together. And you may think it's bullshit, but we're all in this shit together, and we all gotta work our shit out. And if we want to sit around and cater to one audience, that's fine. But that's just not my deal. My deal is my door and my heart and my content is for everyone, even women, because maybe some things that I say will resonate with women as well. But I ain't coming in here with no toxic shit. You ain't gonna find me on here talking about what do you bring to the table. You ain't gonna find me in here dealing with that nonsense. So, and that's exactly what it is. It's nonsense. It's grifting content that is really taking advantage of where people are now socially, romantically. You want to throw out all these stats. You want to talk about all these negative things, but not one of them has a solution for it. Not one of them. It's all information they give you to make you harder, more jaded, because sometimes you need to find out things for yourself. When people feed you information and you got all the numbers and they're giving you their negative experiences, you're just going to gravitate to that. You're going to look for other sources that are in that echo chamber and they confirm what you believe, and you're going to stick there. That's why these podcasts are so popular. That's why those Manosphere podcasts are so popular, because they put those goofy ass girls on there and they're talking about, I need a man who makes six figures and he's this and that. And guys looking, they say, I told you. And then every once in a while, they get a woman on there who's successful. And at the same time, she's very traditional. And guys jump on that too. And they say, they get starry eyed and they say, that's what I want. That's what I've been hoping for my whole life. Fellas, there are so many women out here. And you can go out there and you have to play the numbers. That's what it is. People in my generation, we had to play the numbers. There were some ducks and there were some good ones. There were some times where we got ghosted, we got flaked. We met a girl at the club or some shit like that. And, you call her up and she didn't know what the hell was going on. She was small braining, gave her number out. You called her up, there was no vibe. That was a part of the experience. And now with the dating apps and all this shit out here, all that's gone out the window. It's all transactional. And transactional doesn't just mean we paying out money. It means that I see you, you see me. We like each other, let's fuck. And that emotional exchange is just as damning for men as it is for women. And I'm not saying don't go out there and get it in. Go get it in, fellas. Trust me. Because one day, you are going to be married. And or I hope that one day you are going to be married. And when you get married, I want you to be content. Not only with the things that you've done in the past, but I want you to be content with the fact that you know that you picked a good partner. And sometimes you got to go through some ducks. You got to kiss some frogs, man. Excuse me. And when you are online and you're on these boards and in these communities and everybody's feeding you the same diet of just toxicity and nonsense and bullshit. And don't get me wrong, it's not all nonsense and bullshit, because when you sifting through shit, you're going to find stuff that you can use and that you can't use. And that goes for everything in the world. You have to take everything with a grain of salt. Take the good bits and discard the bad bits. So I just want to be here. I just want to be a positive voice. I want to be a reassuring voice. And I want all men to know that it doesn't have to be like this. You going through so much. I know you working hard, you busting your ass, whether it's at work, whether it's at school, you're trying to make something of yourself. You're trying to make something of your life. And in the midst of that, you're trying to grow as a man, develop as a person, become more well-rounded. And it's some bruises with that. It's some lumps with that. So don't let life get you down. I know a lot of people, they ain't thanking you. You feel like you're not appreciated, but don't let life get you down. Let life, it's always going to be something. It's always going to be something. I was talking to my mom earlier, and remember, we were all kids. We were all young. And it's like, I can't wait to get older. And now look at you. Yes, it's older. And what's happening? It ain't what you thought it was going to be. You thought it was all fun and games and I'm grown. I can do whatever I want. I can go where I want. I can drink what I want. Can't nobody tell me nothing. And now look at you. All the years you thought were so restrictive. All the years they just won't let me do what I want. Well, you know what? They didn't let you do what they want because they couldn't do what they wanted. And they were trying to prepare you for the life that was ahead of you. Because, God damn it. Because it's a doozy, man. But it has its ups. Just like it has its downs. Just like it has its confusing parts. It also has its beautiful parts. And I know it's cliche, but you got to go through the rain. You got to go through the clouds to see the sun. To see the rainbows. So, and that's just it, y'all. It's as simple can be. I was just tired, and I'm also, as you see me here, I'm a big guy, and I'm on my weight loss journey because you got to do that too. I'm 41, and you start letting those years go by, and you start packing on those pounds. The age go up, and the weight go up. So keep your ass in that gym. Stay healthy. Lift weights. Listen, I know y'all want to go to the gym. And I know you want to lift every plate in the gym, but fellas, you got to work on your cardio too. Keep your heart, keep your ticker in working condition, keep it healthy, keep it strong. Stay in that gym. Never get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier to maintain than it is to rebuild. And yes, being that I've kind of gone up in weight throughout my adult life, I get the opportunity now to build on some of the progress that I did make. And I do get to go and mentally change my approach, because I guess that's the beautiful thing with age. Because when you're young, you're just like boom, 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 just go, 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 go. You're learning on the fly. But as you get older, you get a little wiser, you get a little more perspective, and you can take a different approach to things. That's probably the best way of putting it. You slow down a little bit. And and I don't mean you slow down in terms of pace, but the things around you move a little bit slower. Your brain kind of picks up a little bit. It's like a fighter. You know, the more experience you get, the fight slows down some. So before, when you're young, choppy, now you know what's coming. You know the feint he's throwing the feint, and if you bite on it, it's gonna come over the top. But with the age, with the maturity, you get to see things a little bit better. You get to step back and take a different perspective to things. So this time around, I ain't stopping. And if I have to use this platform to do two things, one, I want to help people first and foremost. Two, I want to use it to keep myself accountable, because accountability is a big thing. And I've been accountable for different parts in my life, different portions in my life. You know, there have been times where I have been dedicated for years, and then I need a break. I need a break. I'm going to take a day off. I'm going to take a week off. And that week turns into 2 years. And this time, my approach, listen to myself, listen to my body. Don't look for the high octane approach. Be slow. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And if you stay consistent, you guys have seen it. You guys have heard it over and over and over again. If you stay consistent, you will get there. If you stay disciplined, you will get there. And I think that's one thing that we all want. We all want to get there. But some of us just don't understand that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be quick. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be long. It's going to be tedious. It's going to be a grind. But as you progress and as you start to move forward down that road, it's just going to get easier. And you're going to move into different spaces and different places, and you're really going to enjoy it. You're going to fall in love with that process. And that's what I'm doing now. On January, I believe it was the 4th of 2022, I started my podcast. And some of them I like. Some of them I listen to, and I'm like, this is fucking fantastic. And some of them I listen to, and I'm like, Devin. That's my name, by the way. If you didn't know, my name is Devin, by the way. D, what the fuck was you talking about, B? Like, what was you on? You was just talking. But that's a part of it too. Can't shoot 80% from the field every day. We can't have LeBron James 2012 Game 6 Eastern Conference Finals every single time. Some days we're going to have some duck days, some messed up days on the floor. The shots ain't going in, but baby, that's it. That's it. And yes, you see my ring. I'm married. So I'm not going to claim to know everything. I know a lot of times as old dudes, we come at young guys and we just be so breezy with it. It's like, y'all young dudes don't know this and you need to do that and you need to do this and that. But it's a different time. I had my time. And all I can do is try to navigate or help you navigate through this time because I don't know what's out in these streets. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know. I hear what other young men tell me. I hear what other young men say online or on message boards or the comments of these podcasts, but I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I think we do you guys, especially the younger guys, a huge disservice when we minimize what you're going through. When we say, "Oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. You just need to do this and you just need to do that." Well, excuse me. We didn't have dating apps. We didn't have Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and all this other stuff. When I was out in the streets, we had the internet, but it's not what it is now. It was at that time, it was still pretty taboo to meet someone on the internet. At that time, it was you telling everybody where you going. You sure you want to meet that person? You sure that's not a dude? You sure you're not going to end up locked up in somebody's basement? So for myself and other people in my age range who are not even in the dating market to sit there and tell you what you should do, what you shouldn't do, how you should act is disingenuous. We're trying to we're just not getting on with the times. We just, and I hate to say it because I don't feel old, but it's dinosaur shit. It really is fossil shit. It's like when my parents tried to tell me about that. You don't understand. You don't understand what's going on because you didn't do what I'm doing and you didn't have to do what I have to do to get where I'm going. So we need to be respectful of each other's struggles. And I ain't trying to come at y'all with no soft shoe shit because if you wrong, if you out of pocket, if it's something going down that's not popping, I'm going to let you know. But at the same time, like, it don't have to be that hard. Like I see dudes, a man, he comments on a girl's post or something, and it's 50 dudes calling him a simp. We ain't got to do all that. We know what a simp is. Like when I was around, we used the term simp. It ain't a new term. A simp was somebody who was going out of his way to break bread on a woman who had no interest in him. So if you make a comment towards somebody, that'll make you a simp. Now, if you on here sending these girls gifts, if you on her OnlyFans, if you're doing all that shit, you are a simp because there is no chance that girl is ever going to reciprocate any of the monetary gifts that you are giving her, the emotional gifts that you are giving her. So, but don't be afraid to compliment people. Yo, it's all good. Shit, you told a girl she was pretty. Congratulations, you like girls. Congratulations, you may have some decent taste. Congrats. But it ain't worth all that. It's too much of a push on men, especially modern men, for us to be crabs in a bucket with each other. We can't have the world trying to pull us down and try to pull each other down as well. That just don't work. That's just not popping. And that's not how men should conduct themselves. Men need healthy competition. Men need competition in the vein of, I'm going to do well to inspire other men to do well. Not, I want to do well to crush you. This whole alpha beta shit. Y'all better stop fucking around with these people because you don't know what people are capable of. You want to sit around here behind your computer screen, and Mike Tyson was right. People say whatever the fuck they want behind the computer screen because it's safe. But you better leave it there because you're gonna be out in public and you're gonna underestimate some dude and he's going to put you on your ass. So competition is good when it's inspiring other people to reach new levels. It's not good when you out here trying to dust people, you're trying to stomp on people. That's just not how it works, man. That's not how it should work. It should be, you should be out here trying to build community. And that's something that I talk about all the time. I talked about, different people trying to establish these communities, and I feel like they're doing it wrong. It's not about creating an army of the biggest, baddest, toughest motherfuckers, because that's not how things get done. The innovators, the inventors, the people who have pushed society forward, they haven't always been the biggest, baddest men. They've been intellectual men. They've been men who could think in advance. They had foresight. So everybody can't be a grunt. That's why our militaries are set up the way they are. You got dudes on the ground, you got boots on the ground, and you got support all around them, because they can't do it by themselves. They need people who can provide intel and tell them where to go, when to go, tell them what's around them. We need to be the eyes and ears for each other. That's what we need to do. That's how we will go forward. That's how we will move forward. And just do the best you can. Don't listen to all these people talking about you need to ascend here and be here. Everybody can't be the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. Everybody can't be that. We need people in all walks of life, and we need respect across the board, because you may be a white collar worker. You may make great money, but one day you're going to call some blue collar brother to come to your house, and the fate of your comfort is going to be in their hands. It's going to be in their damn hands. And what you're going to say is, thank you. You might talk shit behind their back, but they know deep down inside that without you, it ain't happening. Sorry, guys. I'm just making some changes here. Bear with me for 1 second. Excuse me. I'm being rude. I apologize. So 28 minutes. This is what it is. This is me. So get used to my face, because you're gonna see a lot of it. And I have to do this. I'm 41, y'all. I got to. I have to. No matter what point, no matter what point I or you are in your life, you always have to pursue self-expression. Always. So you gotta be fulfilled. One day you are going to die. I'm going to die. None of us makes it out. So do some shit that make you happy. Don't shit on people to do it, but work on practicing fulfilling your own happiness. So I made a podcast last week that says, when's the last time you did something nice for yourself? And not just some arbitrary shit, but some real shit, some shit that you really love doing that you haven't done in a while. Take care of yourself. Mentally, physically, emotionally, take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you all you got. At the end of this journey, you are all you have. You came in alone, you're going to die alone. And along the way, you put people on your bus and you brought them with you. And some people made you better. Some people made you worse. And some people made you worse to make you better. So learn from your experiences. Be strong. Be healthy. And never forget, man. Never forget that you are an immensely important person. And I know people say that all the time and you think it's cliche. You're one of one. You are a rare thing. And the most important thing you can do is offer yourself to the world. So, but with that said, I'm gonna try to keep these short. I hate long form content. I hate long form content. So, and my guest didn't show up. So, but like I said, I'm certain things happen to give you the opportunity to do something else. So maybe at a later date, we can meet up and we can do our thing. So, but as I leave my podcast, I'm going to leave this one the same way. And that is tell your mama you love her. And by the way, it's happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Tell your mother you love her. Tell your father you love them. Tell your siblings, spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, partners, whomever. And most of all, tell yourself that you love you too. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.